Good afternoon. Hello, hello. So today I'm excited for this stream because we are going to be working on a new webtoon that I'm working on. Hold on. I just realized I don't have my tablet set up. I always make sure I have everything set up. I got my microphone set up. I got, my whole little closed captions and, music. And I forgot my tablet. It's way too far away. Okay. Checking. Alright, so every time I move around my microphone, for some reason sometimes it'll get disconnected. So I just want to make sure that doesn't happen. Alright. So today, I don't know if it's going to be a very long stream today because I'm literally just testing, hello. Oh my gosh. And that's what I mean. Okay. Hopefully technical difficulties this morning. I'm sorry. Or it's the afternoon. Oh my gosh. I woke up late today. I woke up at 11:30 or something this morning. And I just laid in bed, so I feel like it's morning, but it's not. And I'm not even hungry. I didn't have lunch. But okay. Hopefully I don't need to move around the microphone anymore. It keeps disconnecting on me while I'm trying to talk. But alright, so as I was saying, holy crap, I'm working on a brand new comic, okay? I've been working on it for a year, and today I want to prepare it for officially getting into the line art of it, because I've planned it out. This is the prologue. I've planned out the prologue. I have two different versions of the prologue, so the whole setup is kind of a mess right now. And I was like, you know what? I need to just go in there and fix it up, clean it up, and I need to get it ready so I can start working on the line art. So it's just a bunch of sketches right now. Some of my past streams, I was working on it. I was working on the sketches, and now it's finally done. I just gotta get it ready so that way we can start going into the line art. And I hate line art, but I try to make my sketches as detailed as I can. That way when I go into the line art, either sometimes I just need to clean up something, or I don't have to think too much when I'm doing the line art because it's literally just drawing over my sketches. So yeah, alright. Now whether or not I'll be playing Civilization again today, it's up for debate, because it's just a matter of whether or not I'm feeling okay, because as I said, my ear aches, so. Alrighty. I think I have my canvas all set up and prepared, so we'll head on over there. Why do you keep putting stuff in your ears? I don't put stuff in my ears. I have an ear infection. So that's why my ears hurt. Well, it's just one ear. It's my right ear. But during my live streams, I wear headphones over, so that way I can hear the audio and music and whatnot. So yeah. Isn't that how you got an ear infection? I think I got an ear infection because I have a bad habit of itching my ears, because during allergy season my ears get really affected. But I don't put stuff in there. Alright, so here we have my prologue. There's 17 strips here, some of them of which are really cut down. I have to go through and kind of, these smaller ones here, I don't want them to be small like that. They gotta be their full original size. The only reason why they're cut down like that is because I was trying to see which version of the prologue I liked better. So I think this version ends here, and so 13 to 17, these strips are part of the different version of this prologue. So I took out these scenes. These are some scenes that were taken out of the original prologue, and I just kind of reorganized everything. Yeah, putting mashed potatoes in ears a go. Listen, wasn't the topic a while back that I was mashed potatoes? That I was a potato? That doesn't make sense. I can't put potatoes in my ears if my ears are made of potatoes. Alrighty, so what I'm gonna do here is add a new page. That way this scene gets added to the page. And I gotta go through and space out some of these sketches, so that way because when you upload stuff to Webtoon, it's a vertical scroll, so you're reading down a page, and I need to make sure that the pacing looks good before I start working into the liner and doing the panels and stuff, because I hate moving things around later. No, you're the gravy for my ear potatoes. That doesn't make sense either. Your logic is, for a robot, your logic is not sensical at all. You're either a robot made of metal, or you're not a robot and you're potatoes and then I'm gravy. Alright, let's add a page here. And then I'm going to, okay, so I need to open up these pages so I can read them and then paste them out. It's way better to be moving things around while they're still in the sketch phase, right? So here I'm going to open this page. This is the very first thing that we're going to see when you open it up and read it. And there's like a fight kind of already starting out. So here I've mentioned this before, but I'm going to increase the opacity here so you can see it. Here I have these like colored blocks, and the colors don't necessarily mean anything. It's just kind of what I liked, but what matters is when each color starts. So we have this light purple here, and it ends here, and then we got this pinkish purple. Each of these blocks is essentially a phone screen. So when you're on Webtoons and you're reading from your phone, this first block here is the first thing you're gonna see. And then as you scroll down, it's each like complete phone screen. That's the size of a phone screen. Okay, so that's how you're gonna know the pacing, and that's why I have this like little layout to kind of help me out with that. So that way, once I go into sketching, I already kind of have an idea of what the pacing is going to look like. And rule of thumb, if you ever want to start a comic, or anybody who ever is kind of wondering about it, rule of thumb is to try and have no more than 3 panels. This little box is 1 panel, right? So you try not to have more than 3 panels unless they're really small and they're just like transitional panels. It's better to pace it out by having at least 2 or 1 panel per phone screen size here. You're a tree frog? Oh, that's nice. Tree frogs are nice. I'll gladly be a tree frog. I didn't know how I became potatoes. I went from being potatoes to a tree frog, but I'll take it. Aren't tree frogs like kind of poisonous though? Like you should not touch them. So, okay, if I go through here and look at the pacing, I think the pacing for this one's okay. I have one panel on this block here. I'm gonna bring this up a little bit more so I can see. And then half of this panel is on this block, see? This block ends here. So half of this panel is on that one, which I think is alright. I could move it down a little bit more, so that way the pacing, it's because I don't want the pacing to be too slow here, because it is kind of like an action scene, like he's grabbing his shirt, pulling him close and like threatening him, right? So you kind of want it to be a little bit more closer, the panels closer to each other when you're doing a fast-paced like action scene, right? And then he like headbutts him here. I mean, for me, prepping the chapter is probably the most important step in my perspective, in my opinion, because then it just makes the whole process of finishing the chapter much easier. Yeah, so I think the pacing for this one's alright, so I don't think I need to do much changes there. Let's open up our next page. So this first step is, you know, obviously the first step was to create the pages and do the sketches and stuff, and then this step is really just a matter of, okay, is the pacing okay? Do I need to move things around, etc.? So again, I gotta bring up this one so I can see just where the border ends here for each screen view, page view. So essentially we have like just one panel here on this block here, and half panel, or like barely even quarter of a panel, plus quarter of another panel. So on one full phone screen, I wish I can like zoom in. Actually, there's a different function on here. Let me pull it up. So if we go into so I'm using Clip Studio Paint. And there's a view function where it's called, I believe it's the one called On Screen Area Webtoon 5. And this pulls up how a phone screen would look. Right, so this is what somebody would see on their phone screen. Okay, so if we go back up to the top, this is what they initially see. So using this little function really helps to kind of visualize how would the reading pace and go when somebody is reading and you publish it, right? Alright, so right here I want this to be a bit more impactful, so I'm going to make this a bit bigger. So really get a close-up of his eyes here. Let's go back up. Okay. This part I think I could also bring it up. Maybe even make it a bit bigger. And then I have my effects here. Let's bring this up too. So I want this to kind of be interrupting, this sound here to be interrupting what he's saying. And then we've got like immediately there's like a big boom that could be heard or whatever. And it'll like, I'm thinking maybe it'll go dark here, so this will start to go dark just at the very bottom here. Alright, so now this page looks good, so we're gonna open up the next page, which is currently blank. In my materials here I have the whole thing, purple template thing. I call it my webtoon template. And this is the whole screen. Each block is a screen thing that I was talking about. Just gonna lower the opacity. Now, this is where I need to kind of organize the other pages I have. I'm not too sure how this is going to work. because I've never started a prologue this way where like I had two different versions and like I was moving ideas around. So let's see. Because the thing that's... I only added this little thing because I was like, I would need a bit more of a transition phase here. Right, so we have the boom from this right here. And then I wanted to show debris going all over the place. And then it's, you know, transitioning into darkness with a bit of like fire. Embers of a fire. But let's go back here. Maybe this won't be. I think I might have to like look at some references and like look at how other comics or webtoons or manga does it, but I essentially want there to be a big effect here. Okay, and then as we transition, I'm not sure if this would make sense, so maybe I'll change this out. Because we probably don't even need it. We probably don't need this entire page at all. So that means, let's see, if we move into this page starts to turn into the night sky, which I definitely don't want that anymore now. You see? Because I want it to show, it's got to be the impact after, the aftermath of the initial impact. So maybe we got, if I can envision it, it's supposed to be loud noises, impact, there's an ambush, right? And then it starts going kind of quiet for our main character here because now he's sort of spacing out, right? There's something happening. I want it to show like there was this whole commotion and you know, something happened, something's going on, but then now we're back to looking at the character and he's sort of spacing out. Because we don't need everything. We don't need to see everything happening here in this moment, right? It's an ambush. I just want to show that there's like commotion going on, so let's see. If we continue from here, I think I know a better way to do this. Show I could probably just show the creatures kind of incoming. Now they're like these really big flying creatures. Almost, they look like kind of human-like, but also not. Maybe they're like holding these explosives. Because that's essentially what happened, but I could probably show it a little bit more. And then maybe we've got like a box. Maybe one of them fell or something. I'm not sure how these explosives are going to look. I don't want them to be boxes, but it's This is my visual representation, so it's like explosive, okay? And maybe we can do like a close-up of one. Maybe one's a little bit lower. We can get like it's kind of see a glimpse of it here. Not sure, but yeah, something like that. Just really quick here, quick visual there, and then in here, then we'll do the big boom here. Right. And then it goes dark with fire embers, and then we can get our character in here. I'm going to kind of this is a bit smaller. I don't really want to put him in a panel here because I want to have a different effect. Maybe I can have like the smoke kind of show smoke. Time to stretch. Okay. Alright, now maybe we got like his kind of ragged breathing here. Still like some fire embers around. Maybe I'll resize this just a bit because I want the transition to be a little bit longer.
Wrapped up in numbers in our society, and the most important thing is that we're able to be one-to-one, you and I, with each other at the moment. That's what's important.
Alright, so if we're reading this. And I'll make everything a little bit blurry too. probably put that note in. So don't forget. I think this one needs to be a bit smaller and come up a bit more. All right, one more time. Maybe I can resize this a bit. So you can see this is kind of sharing. These two are sort of sharing one screen here. This one has its own. This one has its own. So I really wanted these two to be kind of impactful, like we're really seeing what he's looking at and stuff. Yeah, it's kind of like bothering him. There we go. Alright. Let's save all of our progress. So this one is blank. Now, as I was saying before, I don't think we're gonna need this one anymore. Or that tiny one. So from over here on this side, I can, for now, get rid of these. I don't want to like confuse myself, so. And then delete the small one. Okay. So now we're down to 16 strips or pages. So again, let's make sure everything's saved here. Now, this is definitely like some spoilers in here, but hopefully, hopefully a lot of people who ever do read my comic in the future, because I do upload my VODs now, they won't read this before it's out. Or they won't see this before it's out. I don't know when I'll upload this comic, like make it public, but I gotta get it done first. Right now it's just a bunch of sketches. Alright, so now let's move on to, we're on this page here. Okay, so let's move on to the next page. So yeah, it's really just a matter of going through and reading everything, making sure the pacing's okay. Alright, that looks okay to me. Next one. Oh, this is the wrong page. Okay, I have something not organized right here. So that was page 5. I think I have pages mixed up someplace. So after this, he's talking to somebody. Right here, page 16 needs to go over here. Alright, there we go. Right, I might change a few things here, like I'll need the dialogue maybe up a little bit more here. Sometimes to me either it can look a little too slow or too fast. This part, I think I want this to come up a bit faster. Which means I'll cut this out. Bring this up. And then move this part up too, this panel. So we definitely make some more room here. Just kind of space it out. Let's check that again. I want a good view of him here, like, because we're kind of seeing him, you know, fully for the first time, like, right there. I could bring this dialogue up a bit. And that way we get a bit more of a breather here when we see them and like they're surrounded and all that stuff. Okay, we've got this nice big panel. Right, that one's done too. Let's go on to the next one. I'm debating if I should switch a panel out here. No, I think it looks okay. Now, I need to make sure that I only have 12 of these long strips that I have here, because I can only upload 12, right? So, and I still need room for like a title, the title, and an end scene, and whatever you post at the end of your, like, with your social media handles and all that. So yeah, I'll have to make sure I can find a spot. Which actually, after the explosion, actually I don't know, maybe I'll put the title like at the very end or something. Because I was gonna say, maybe after this, we hear the ambush here, then the boom. Then it's like maybe I could put the title here to kind of show like a little bit of a break. Maybe. Maybe, baby. We'll see. It's optional. I'll probably put it there, or I'll put it at the end. But alright, so we're on page 6 here. Got a character coming in. Page 7. Let's check it out. So I'm really going back and looking at my pacing, because sometimes, you know, it's probably not the way I originally want it. So just gotta move things around. If not, it looks good, then it's good. This scene here, probably make it a bit smaller. Oops. And that way the transition is a bit longer when it goes into the dark here. Right. Next one. So after that, it goes in the dark, and then we start seeing a view of the sky. Now here's actually a good place to put the title too. So I'm gonna put another title here, because this might be a better spot. Kind of like the calm after the storm. Or like the aftermath of the storm. Okay, so now it's like, okay, it's a little bit calm here. We got that big transition, so much longer. And then we got the fire, and now here's the aftermath of that, like, battle and everything. Or, I mean, I was thinking this would be another type of battle, like, but I don't know. Because I was thinking maybe I'll put, like, you know, 2 months later or something like that here. But we'll see, because this I feel like is a little bit later to me. But it could also be the same battle that they were just at. Who knows? I still haven't decided on that. And I think the rest of this looks good in terms of the pacing. So I'm pretty sure I already kind of went through all this. But I'm going to read it as if I'm reading from a phone screen, so I'm like reading down here. Anything that shows up there first. Yeah, that looks good. Next page. Okay, this I might change. I don't know why everything's on different layers. I want this a little bit more in the center of that panel. I think I want this one all on its own screen here. So these two are on their own screen. You just get a little bit there, but that's okay. Because as they scroll down, then they'll see this one. translucent sky. Bring this. Alright, that looks good. Next page. Yeah, it's looking good, looking good. Alright, let me save all of these. I gotta kind of clear up my tabs here. I get a little bit overwhelmed. So let's close this, save. So I said this one looks good. Now we have another, see we have another like page here that's not the full length, and I don't want that. So, because again, Webtoon only allows me to upload 12 of these long strips, and I already have, this is counting as 12, but it's only half of the size of this, and I still have these two, no, I still have this strip here, number 13. So technically I have 12 and a half, right? So I need to get these few panels right here onto this number 13. Which is going to be a bit hard. So that means I gotta get stuff a bit closer to each other or make stuff smaller. Alright, so here I think I can change things a bit. And again, I still want like my end panel too, but I think Webtoon will allow me to post a little bit of a because of a image that you post onto Webtoon, right? It cuts it up, and you can only post up to like 100 images. And when I tested this, it was like up to 96, I think, and I couldn't upload a whole other strip, so Yeah, I gotta somehow make this work. I'm gonna turn off this view thing on screen area. Okay. That way you can see it. See what the heck I'm doing here. So I'm thinking here I can probably make this scene a little bit shorter, like this transition. So I'm going to kind of move it up. Just kind of shorten it a bit. And then I could have this scene. I swear, why isn't anything on the same layer? I don't need this to be a full, like a wide width panel. It could be kind of small, just to show a little bit of a transition into this bedroom. And it's taken up like a little portion of this full screen here, right? So but I know I definitely want this to be a bit of a bigger panel. I can move it up. So I'm trying to at least get I don't think I'll be able to get another panel fitted in on this strip here, because it's just going to mess up the flow here. Maybe move this up a bit. Okay, so we see that we have it on. That takes up one screen. This takes up one screen. Then it transitions down. Yeah, I mean, even the pacing here, I need to fix it, and I don't think I'd be able to add another panel here without it disrupting the flow. Because yeah, I like... I like this strip how it is for the most part. I don't want to add anything else. It's gonna be hard because this is the one I'm gonna have to focus on to try and eliminate stuff. Maybe I'll get rid of this whole panel and only have like his dialogue. Ugh, this is gonna be hard because I literally have how many panels here? 1, 2, 3, 4. I need to be able to fit 4 panels onto here. I could definitely like resize these ones down. Let me copy. Oops, copy. And then paste them here. And then later I'll try to move them around. But let's take off this view. And let's see. So, going to resize this. Resize some of these. I really like this like really big panel that I have here, but I need to make room. So I gotta resize this down a little bit to at least 1 screen, and maybe a half, or less than a half. And I definitely want this to stay, that panel stay like that. Okay, now let's see. Can I fit more panels onto here? I don't think so. I think I still... So I'm going to try and resize this. Alright, so now the ones that I copied and pasted here. Let's bring these up. And copy and paste all of them. Okay, now let's focus on these 4 panels here. These 2 I can resize and they can fit on just one screen. Maybe. This one I can resize on one screen. Move these ones up. I don't think it's gonna fit. It's not going to fit. This is gonna be a problem because now I only have the rest of this strip here to fit this stuff. And it's still going in with these, what's up here. Alright, let's see what else can I move around. Let's delete this page now. Yeah, because I know for sure Webtoon will only allow me to post 12 of these long strips. And the size of these strips are 1600 by 20,000. Yeah. So 1600 by 20,000. This is stressful. I'm getting a headache. These other 3 strips here are just extra scenes I don't need. And I think that's what I'm going to do with this strip. You know, there are some that I don't technically need, like maybe these 2 can be a bit smaller. Maybe I don't need this scene either. This is kind of eh. Yeah, this I don't really need this because I've kind of changed the story a little bit, and well, not changed the story, but he's expecting something here, so he's not expecting it from him, so I don't think this needs to be there. I'm gonna take that out. Actually, let me cut it, and I'll just remove it for now. Hide that layer. And then let's move these things down. Okay. So it's working out a little bit better. Maybe I can move this here. Let's get my view out again. That really helps to like try and read it as if you know, it's uploaded. So it goes here. I put this in a little box, a little panel. This one could be a widescreen. Speech bubble needs to be bigger than that. Okay. Obviously this needs to be moved.
Oh my, this is a noisy world.
You know what? I could probably get rid of this.
We get so wrapped up in numbers in our society, and the most important thing is that we're able to be one-to-one, you and I, with each other at the moment. That's what's important.
Wait, let me cut these. So I'm gonna need to put them on top of something else. So I think this one here, this whole panel here, I can move up. Could bring down this dialogue a little bit more here. So that way I just have, oh my gosh, I just have a dialogue right here. Thing is, I don't want it to be too close. I'm still going to be working around, moving things around a bit. I think this could be one of those strips where it's like kind of layered on top of each other like this. Especially if I have this one a little bigger. I think that's okay. Yeah, that looks alright. I'm going to get rid of this here. It's a little bit redundant. With this other speech, so. And we can have them like kind of staircase down like this. Then here, the one that we kind of got rid of here, with this one here. Because I do want a little bit of that foreshadowing. And let's see if we can just resize it down.
I try to remember, but when everything is coming back to me, I feel as if my memory is paralyzed.
Now let's see. What is the last thing you can remember?
I don't know.
Go on.
Okay. I think that's it for that. So that's one step done out of the way, is just kind of pacing it out, because I'm telling you, once you do the line art, once you add the colors and the backgrounds and all that stuff, and the panels, it's difficult to move things around unless you're like rendering it out as like a PNG or JPEG or something, and then you move everything around that way. But personally, I just like to kind of have it already done during the sketching phase, so that way it's like ready to go and I don't need to render it out as another JPEG or something like that. You know, and it's just more tedious. There's just more steps that way, so this just kind of gets it done. Maybe I'll make this a little bit bigger. Be like one of those things where it's like kind of transitions and it looks like it's one big piece or something. Every like the colors will kind of like fade out into each other. There we go. Phew. Start off this view. I think it's done. I think that's gonna be good. And then now that's one part of the prepping phase done. These, again, like I say, these other 3 strips here, they're they were extra scenes, and they were scenes part of another version of this prologue, but I don't want to delete these or get rid of these because they'll be good for another chapter, which maybe right now, if I really want to kind of clear this off and make it only 12 strips, I could move these 3 strips into another chapter. So let me just do that. Again, let me make sure everything's saved here. Let's close them. Alright, so let me open up another chapter that I have here. Alright, so this is chapter 1. Nothing's started on this. So let me just move these over to this chapter if I can. I don't think I can move them like that. Oh, that would have been sweet if you could just like drag and move it to the other file, but alright, I don't think I can do it that way, so let me just open these pages and then I'll just copy and paste them. So we got this page. Let's copy everything here. And then go to chapter 1 here and open just a random page here. Okay, and then paste it in here. So now we can see I got it pasted into this one. Let's go to this page. And let's copy everything here. Technically don't need this one, but I'm going to just copy it anyways, just in case. Why is this same song playing over and over again? Hold on.
Thing is that we're able to be one to one, you and I, with each other at the moment. That's what's important.
I try to remember. But when everything is coming back to me, I feel as if my memory is paralyzed.
Now let's see. What is the last thing you can remember?
I don't know.
Okay. That's it here. So now I have this page with all of those extra scenes just in case I need them. So I'm going to save this, close it, and it's there, right? Let's close that. So now I can delete these three here. Delete page. Oops, I put duplicate, hold on. Delete. And delete. Alright, now I have 12 strips only. This is the amount that Webtoon will allow me to upload of these full strips. Now, the next part of prepping will be to go in with the models. So Clip Studio Paint has 3D models that you can use, and I like to place them in first before I place in backgrounds. I'll use SketchUp for backgrounds, but right now I don't have any backgrounds for these scenes or for this chapter. And not even for this story. I have some backgrounds, but like I haven't had them set up. I don't have files for them. So that's another part of just preparing your webtoon or your comic in general for before you want to start working on it. You want to make sure that you have assets and backgrounds and character sheets, all that kind of stuff. So I've been slowly like working on all of those things while also writing the chapters and scripting the chapters. And then this, I just wanted to get the sketch out because I've had this script for this for quite a while. So I wanted to get it sketched out. So now that I have it sketched out, I kind of want to prepare it a little bit of what I can. So like I said, I don't really have the backgrounds for this chapter. I don't even know if I'm using very many here. So let's see, I have in my assets here, here's my 3D stuff. I have some stuff here that I've been collecting for this story, but I don't think any of these would be used in this particular chapter. Maybe this cape, but I don't know yet. Obviously the swords, the horse. So those are some things that I could use. But yeah, you really want to make sure that you've been collecting stuff that you could use, and it'll help the progress go much faster. Let's see, what else was I going to say? Yeah, in terms of the backgrounds, I like to use backgrounds from SketchUp, or I'll use backgrounds from Acon 3D if there's any like free ones that are good to use, because sometimes they're really expensive and you have to like pay for backgrounds, but sometimes there's stuff for free. you just gotta look around the internet and whatnot, and then you can just put them in here. But I'm still collecting that stuff, so I don't think I'll be able to add backgrounds just yet. I think the only background I would need would be for the bedroom that he's in this last two scenes. And I had a scene here where we saw like the village on fire, so I might need that. But the rest I think I could just kind of draw on my own. Like I can draw or put in assets of like trees, because they're out kind of by trees in the beginning. And then the rest of it is really just actions, so I don't want there to be backgrounds to kind of take away from the action that's happening. And then again, swords, horses. I wish I could like know how to use Blender and I can create my own monsters and stuff, and then I'd be able to put the 3D build of my monsters in here, and you know, I don't have to like draw them all the time, but I have to come up with my monsters. That's another thing. So yeah. Oh my gosh, hold on, I gotta turn off my heater, it's getting hot in here. Alrighty, we're back. Okay, so like I said, the other things I can do to prep this chapter. I have the pacing out the way that I want it, the way that I think is good. And I can always, like, once I'm kind of going into the line art and drawing stuff, if I feel like, oh, you know, I could make this a bit smaller, it doesn't actually have to be this big, stuff like that, I can still do that, you know, while I'm doing the line art. But it's still nice to get it out of the way from the beginning. So, sketch is done, pacing is done, pacing it out is done. I am gonna go in with models. I'm gonna go in with notes of where I do need backgrounds. I'm gonna go in with probably panels. I'm going to try something new. Normally I don't add my panels in until after my line art, but I've been kind of figuring out how to use panels a bit more, and they are actually pretty helpful. But a lot of the times, if I place a model in, right, I like to draw the entire body or the entire model before adding panels in, and it kind of clips it off. And I'll explain a bit more, but let me just move to my other computer because I usually like doing that with my mouse, not my tablet and pencil. So hold on, give me a second. Okay, so I'm going to be right back. I gotta go to the bathroom. I'm gonna get some water, kind of stretch out my hands a bit. So, yeah, I'll be right back. It's been like an hour and 40 minutes. I just kind of want to take a quick break. And then we can get back to preparing this. Alrighty, so we are back. Got my water. I got a quick snack, so starting to feel a little hungry, not gonna lie. So let's get started on this. I'm gonna be putting in models where I feel like I need them. I don't think I'll need too many because for the most part, I did a lot of stuff, like my sketches, I kind of did what I knew I was capable of doing. I could probably put a model here just in case I need the reference for somebody falling like this, but even then it's kind of like I'd rather get real life reference, you know, rather than using the 3D model and trying to set up the 3D model myself, because I think some things you just can't use a model for. You have to try and actually find a real image or maybe a video, especially when it's to something in action, right? It's really hard to make a model look like it's sorry, hold on, I got a I had a granola bar and the grain is kind of choking me. Okay, so as I was saying, it's a little difficult to make models look like they're in action fluidly, you know. But otherwise, I think everything else here. This I might also need reference for. So let me just, what I like to do, I gotta name this my sketch layer. All right. And then so here I'm going to mark in a color where I want my models. Right, I'm using my mouse here, so I think I want models here. I said possibly here, but I think we'll see how it looks with the model. We'll see if I can find a 3D model for that. Otherwise, I'm just gonna like look up pictures or videos of a more dynamic action like that. Somebody falling, you know. Don't need a model there. Okay, next page. Models here, just so I can get a bird's eye view. Yeah, I'll have models here. Oops, I need to make this a different layer. Hold on. Oh, see, I had like a model here. Get a good look at his crotch. Okay, but yeah, I used this as a 3D model because I wasn't sure how to get that perspective there. So I think I can get rid of this now. I might even fix that a little bit more. It still looks really wonky to me. I think what I'll do is probably just take a picture of myself holding a sword and like holding something and trying to get a picture of this perspective that I'm trying to get. Because the 3D model just looks kind of, it still ended up looking weird. It couldn't draw it right. But that doesn't look right. Um, okay, so this is my sketch layer. I've organized my stuff here. Another thing, try to have things organized. And then here's my like marker layer, just where I can mark stuff, and I'll delete that later. Okay. 3D model there, 3D model here. Possibly there too. Why not? I'll need one of this guy way back here, maybe. Maybe I'll just do like his silhouette. That's good. Next page. Okay, deleting this title here, I don't want it there. Sketch layer. And marker layer. Do I need any models here? I hope the music's not too loud. I have it kind of loud in my ears. Yeah, my headphones. Okay, no, I don't think I need a model here. I could probably just place like a head model just so I can get these heads accurate here, but I'm not too sure. I'll put it in. I'll put a model there and like maybe a head model, but I for the most part think I can draw that without a model or without a reference. Alright, marker layer again. Okay, model here. And model here. Next one. Possibly a model there. Let's see. Possibly here. That's again another action one that I might want to look reference for, or you know, if the model doesn't look too good, then I'll just, you know, take a picture or find some references. Models here and models here. It's gonna use a few models there. Just getting my marker layer, organizing my layers. Hold up, okay, don't rush me. Alright, marker. Models there. And model here. Next. Alright, let me go through and save all these and close them. Because I don't like having too many open at the same time. I'll go back and open them up when I need to start placing the models. Right, marker. And model here. Model here. I'm not sure if I'll need this anymore, because I was originally planning this to be the two characters, and they're like covering their eyes.
We get so wrapped up in numbers in our society.
But I'm wondering if I should just make those the monsters.
The most important thing is that we're able to be one.
I don't know. We'll see. I'll place a marker there and we'll,
That's what's important.
we'll see if I use that for the prepo or for the creatures, the monsters. Okay, next one. Do I need any here? Oh, okay, so background I will do in orange. Orange means this is gonna be, I need a background asset there. Let's go back to my blue. Maybe I'll need a model there that's looking a bit wonky. And possibly here too. Do I need a background for this? I don't know. Because I could, you know, have some torn down, destroyed village houses. I'll put it, why not? Have a background there. Okay. So I'm just going through, marking things so that way, in case I don't finish putting in all of the models and stuff right now, I'll know where I wanted to place some for next time. Get my marker layer. Right. Background here. Background possibly. No, I don't. I think this will just be like, I'll just create an effect here of like flames behind him, blur it out. I might need a model here. I think that's, oh, model there. Maybe, just maybe here, so I know where the cape should be and all that stuff. All right, next one. That's my sketch layer. Probably just have a model here for that one. Yeah, I might need a head model here because I'm not too good with drawing like the back of people's heads. And maybe a background model here. Not too sure because I could probably just paint this myself real quick. It's like kind of a scenery, but it should be, you know, a few houses there, so I might need some models or something there. Next page. Oh, I know what that's another scene I need to save, so I can't delete that layer. Here's a sketch layer. the marker. Alright. Here, definitely want a background. Possibly a background too, like from SketchUp or something here. And then 3D model maybe here, because I'm not too sure how to draw this arm here. So possibly here, and that's good. Last strip. Let's go. Sketch and marker. Background. Maybe a head model or something, not too sure. Possibly a model here too, so I know the perspective of, otherwise I'm just gonna use reference from myself. I need a body model and a background model, because it's gonna be like a landscape view of the town, of the city. And possibly a model, oops, wrong color, possibly a model here too, and here definitely, as well with the horse. Alrighty, and that's it. So now we have it all marked up. Let me just save all of these.
But when everything is coming back to me, I feel as if my memory is paralyzed.
Now let's
Again, these like colored markers are for me to like visually see where I want to place models that I don't, models or references, right? So just so I don't forget, and it's just easier to kind of have that placed. So now, I'll just go through and do like 1 or 2 strips on the stream of me placing the models and how I do it, and like how I would place panels. And then I'm gonna get off and go eat something because I have not eaten anything at all today other than a granola bar. I slept in late and then stayed in bed late, and then it got right away on stream because I stream at 1 p.m. And I had to work on this, so I was like, let's get it started. Let's stream it. It's fun. It's something I don't mind doing, like in the, during the whole progress or process of creating a webcomic. This is one of the steps that I dislike the least. The next step after preparing, which is finally doing the line art, I despise doing line art. I despise doing flat colors, doing the base colors. But sketching, preparing it, and then rendering it and editing it, I'm fine with doing. Alright, let's open this up. So now I'm gonna make a folder where I have my models. And then let's go through and see where I can place models. So I got 1 model there and 2 models here. So let's open up our models. Pose. And you know what? I downloaded more. I think I downloaded more models I need to organize. So let's grab these models and move them into the pose. Sorry, just organizing a little bit. I like to make sure. Oh yeah, I downloaded these head models. Hopefully they'll be useful. Should I put them in pose or in miscellaneous? I'll put them in miscellaneous for now. Let's see. This can go into Haven Doom. This goes into clothing. More poses. Goes into furniture. I like how now I'm just organizing my 3D assets. It's gonna bother me, okay, if I don't get it out of the way right now. Cause like I'll like look at the daily assets that are available, like the free daily assets and stuff like that. And just if I likes to some stuff, I'll download them, and then I end up downloading like a whole bunch of stuff, and it ends up being just collecting here, and then it's like, you know what, I need to organize this stuff. Okay, the rest of these I've already organized. Except for these image materials. I need to put them away, but I'm not gonna do that. I just wanna do my models. So let's go back into here. So I don't know if I'll have a pose for this. If I do, I'll use it. If not, I'll have to create one of my own. So now we're just looking. See if I have any model that I could use for this. Anything similar. So far, it's not looking like it. I think these are mine. These ones are mine. I forgot to add a preview. Shoot. This one looks okay, but like I need to know which poses it is. Yep, okay. So that's the wrong one. This one? There we go. I forgot how to like move the whole thing, not just the character, not just the model. This one, it's like showing he's already on the ground. I could probably adjust it a bit to show that he's a little bit more in motion than that and not already on the ground. Maybe he's about to be on the ground. You know what I mean? So he's still like falling. I hate that. Okay. Now I just need to move this up here. I always forget how to do that. Cause like it only lets me move the character and not like the floor too with it, you know? Something, oh here it is. Okay. could make it a bit more dynamic, where it's like we're getting this perspective, you know? Which is kind of what I want anyways. See how like here you could see a little bit of his other eye, and then kind of like his cheekbone? I do kind of want that. So maybe like right there. Zoom in a bit more. And then bring it up a bit more. So as you can see, when I place 3D models for certain scenes, it'll look a little bit different than the sketch. But I try to get as close to what I had wanted, you know? How does that look? Does that look kind of like someone falling to the ground? I think so. I think that looks okay. And if I don't like the way that the model kind of comes out, again, like I said, I'll probably just look for references of pictures or videos of people actually falling like this and use that instead of the model, because sometimes the model just looks a little bit wacky. Like here, the body, I'm trying to picture if I draw this, it's kind of gonna look a bit weird. Okay, let's move on. Don't want to spend too much time on just one thing. Alright. Next model, we got he's kind of preparing to defend himself. This one's about to swing. So I don't know if I have anything like that quite here. Might have to make one myself. Yeah, see, I got a few like fight poses here, but I'm not seeing one that's like here, like a fight about to start. These are more of like a fight already happening. Yeah. Nothing there. Alright, so we got this one. Do I want that one or do I want this one? Why is it so... I think this one's okay. But I don't want him slouching too much. Because even though these are soldiers, they're not that experienced. They teach themselves how to fight. They're not like... I don't know how to put it. Like what kind... This just doesn't look like the kind of pose he would be in. Alright, I got like a bit of dynamic perspective going here. Let's move this up. Kind of get a feel for it. Alright, the lighting always trips me up, so I'm gonna change the lighting here. There we go. Okay, so I think I want kind of like this pose, this perspective. We'll see if I like that pose. I might just make one myself. Look at all these I made myself and I did not add the freaking... I don't even know what they are. I need to add the previews to them. Alright, I have something here. I think this one would be better. So I feel like this is kind of what I pictured him doing a bit more. Does that look right? Put the perspective a little bit up. Yeah, that looks good. So from that one compared to this one, let me get the light source again. Yeah, I just like this one a bit better. hate that. Stop it. Alrighty, that looks good. Now I just need him kind of trying to pull us, trying to swing at him. Which I guess we kind of have one, but let's just keep looking. Let's see what we can find. Nah, I don't think. Now we're starting to get into like clickbait. Default poses, and I don't think they have any here. Yeah. So. Probably have to like organize my poses into like, you know, action poses, sitting poses. That way I'm not like scrolling through and it's taking forever. Okay, so let's kind of go with this. Why is he like floating all the way up there? And let's see if I can kind of change things around here. No. Oh my goodness. These shadows are pissing me off. Give me a second. Let me turn off these shadows. The heck? Okay. So I don't know if I'm doing this right, but you know. If not, if anything, I'll just won't use these models and like just kind of refine my sketches a bit, because sometimes models just don't turn out the way you wanted them to. And they don't look right. Oh, stop. These take forever sometimes. Okay, so now let me just look at this and bring him closer over here. Place him on the ground. Good. Place him closer over here. Alrighty. We'll see how that looks. Okay. Difficult. Sometimes I feel like your intuition's a little bit better, you know, like, you know, yeah. I feel like the sketch looks a bit better than the 3D model. But I'll go and find references if I can. If not, then, you know, I will just use the 3D models. And just try to fix it up as I'm sketching. Because, yeah. Make it a bit smaller. There we go. It's just, for some reason, this looks bigger than this one when this is supposed to be the one closer, right? You see that? Alright, I think I like that. That look, that perspective. Yeah, it looks good to me. Alright. Again, I don't know why, I mean, maybe he's not on the ground? Place on level? No, they're each on the ground level. I don't know why it's looking wonky like that. It is what it is. Let's just put it here. Let's move on. Alright, so now we have our models placed. Stressful as that was. Even though it's kind of stressful to place models in, it's, I don't know, I also like it. They can get frustrating though. This just looks weird. Like, look how his feet's here and then his feet's like down here. That, how is that supposed to work like that? Am I supposed to like mess with the perspective a little bit here? Hold on. Camera, perspective. Oh, okay. I see. There we go. That looks better. Thank you. Okay, so yeah. Now, I can like put the opacity down, and then I can start drawing like the line art and stuff on it. I can bring the sketch down stuff too. Now, sometimes, okay, when we're doing paneling, I don't like to do the panel until after I've done the line art, but it's mostly for specific things. So these I'm using the full bodies, right? So say I go through, I line art all of this, and I line art even the bottom of their shoes. But let me just make a folder for the panels. Okay, so let's say we turn this into a panel and I only use this part here, right? This part. And I put a panel here. But I drew the whole thing. I put the model in and I drew the whole full body, right? But I only end up using this. It'll crop all of my line art that I did. So that's why sometimes I like to do the line art first, because then when I put the panels in, it'll crop all of it. So I don't have to go through and like delete things. But the reason why I would do that is if I wanted to draw the whole full body and then save it and copy and paste it someplace. So that way later in the future, if ever I need this kind of like pose again or something, and I already drew the full body, but in the future I want to use the full body, or maybe in the future I just want to use literally just their face right here, right? I don't want the full body. If I do the line art for it and then save it someplace on a separate canvas, right? And I'll show you, I have an example. We go into here. I have assets of my characters here. So I have this is what I'm talking about. Here, I drew I drew the whole thing. This was, I believe, was a model I used. And I drew the whole thing, but in the actual panel, I only used the top here, okay? So we don't see his pants, that gets cropped out. But if I have a scene in the future where I do want his full body, then I have it already, right? And I don't have to go in and draw the pants and the shoes. I already have the full body and it's in here saved. And these are all in vectors. These are all vector layers. So I can resize these and without losing the quality. So if I want this body to be bigger for a certain scene, sorry, then that'll be easy to do because I have this on a vector layer. It's saved on this canvas where, you know, I have a bunch of him in here. I have another spread here. See? But I can always just like crop certain parts if I just want the face or something, you know? So that's what I'm talking about. Like, it's just nice to have a full body sometimes. So, but as for in this case though, I will be having this panel as like full body. So let's go through and let's put some of our panels. Like I'll have a panel here. I'm gonna draw this myself, so it's gonna go up. Hold on. This is a little too thin. Why is that so thin? Dude. Oh, I see. It doesn't show the size until after you've done it. Okay, hold on. That's too thin. Put it at 20. I guess it's alright. Okay, now I have one here. Oh, that's a 32. Okay, hold on. I need to change this size to 32, not 20. There we go. We'll have a little bit of consistency there. And then got this panel. Panel there. Panel there. So that won't have a panel. We'll have a panel going here. Just like that. There, now we've got our panels here. And for these other two, the ones that are kind of outside, you know, they'll be drawn on another layer where we just have the line art, and they won't have panels there. So these ones are like full images. They won't be contained in a box. And in that way, when we draw in these, inside these boxes, we won't draw outside of the lines, outside of the box. Which will be good. But again, like I said, sometimes if I know I may want a particular scene, I will not draw them inside the box. I'll just draw them on a different layer and keep the full image of it, and then later put in the panel so that way it cuts it off. So say I draw like something here, okay, and I give it hair and everything and shoulders. Sorry, I'm using my mouse. And then later it's like, you know what, I only want to get his eyes, and so I get the panel. And then that layer will go into that panel, into the folder for our panels, and it'll get cropped out. See? The other thing too, though, is that even if you draw it first and then put it into your panels folder, it gets cropped, but then you can always, like, just if you pull it back outside of it, you got it back again. Now I actually want to test something. What if I drew something in panels folder, say here, right, and I draw it really big, and, you know, do the hair and all that stuff, whatever. I'm just drawing whatever here. I'm drawing stuff out of it. And then if I take it out of the panels folder, oh look, it's still there. So everything will still be there, but it's a little harder to see, right? Because you don't know what you're seeing. So it's easier to draw it on a separate layer first, outside of the panels, then move it inside of the panel folder. And there you go, it gets cropped. Bada bing, bada boom. Okay. I'll make sure that your line art layers are vector layers. It'll save you in the long run. Trust me. Trust me, just do it in vectors. Okay, so that's how I prep each of these strips for the whole chapter. So that way I can start getting ready for line art. I paste out my sketches, and then I go in and add my models. Well, I add markers of where I want models, where I want background models, or references, whatever, and that way if I don't finish placing my models and all that stuff in, you know, a decent amount of time, it's like, you know, I can only get through maybe half of this today and then I gotta do something else. Well, then I can come back tomorrow or maybe another day and I can see, okay, I have it marked where I want to place models. I don't have to think about it anymore, you know? It's done, so I just gotta work on putting the models in. So like this, I have 3 models and we're good. Okay. And I have no background for here other than, you know, probably this scene where I'm just painting the sky and trees, putting in trees in the ground. But I don't need like an actual background model or anything like that. Alrighty, I think I'm gonna end it here. Let's call it a day. I am hungry. It's 4:08. I gotta eat something, and I gotta just work on this later because I wanted to finish this. Hopefully, I could finish this today on my own time. Again, the models do take a while, so I try not to rely too much on them, but they do help a lot in certain scenes where I don't have a lot of knowledge with anatomy and perspective and stuff. So, but I do try my best with sketches to try and just, you know, get it done. Alrighty. We're good. Let me just save. Always save your stuff. That's good. I got 12 panels here. I think this would end up being like 96 pages. I'm actually going to test it. I'm going to render this out as it is. Post it to a test series thingy that I have on Webtoon, test it out, make sure that I can upload all of this and see how it looks and flows on there. And then I will add my little like social media handles at the end of it. And yeah, I think that'll look good because, like I said, I tested it. I tried to pace it all out. Just need to add my panels and my models, and then I could go into the line art. Oh my gosh. Alrighty. Have a good day. Thanks for watching. I will see you tomorrow. Bye bye.